Harris Scarver, and to his left is Eric Murray. Coach, you can open it up with comments.
Well, I thought the guys played well in Spurs tonight. Coach Jackson is a really good basketball coach. We knew it'd be a hard-fought game. He's done a great job with that team. We finished third in our league. We're just almost a new basketball team. And so I thought we defensively played well. We held the 19 points in the first half. We got a lot of good looks in the first half. Didn't make them, but I was happy to see the ball movement. I was happy to see the energy and the effort that we gave in this game.
Questions?
Mike, there's no one in this tournament knows more about being in the tournament than you do, the NCAA. What does it mean to have your team, have your program one win away now from that?
Well, I thought I did a poor job tonight because I got a little emotional doing one stretch and it kind of riled our guys. And so with my experience, I can't coach my team that way in these moments because if you lose, you're done. And so I thought I did a really poor job doing that one stretch when there was pressure. So it's really important for the coach to stay calm. If the coach stay calm, the players stay calm. It's important that you share the basketball. It's important that you give great effort and do all the things that you worked on and talked about throughout the course of the season. Now's the time to have carry over that. And so we've been really pushing these guys from September up to now, and I think we've gotten better. If you saw us play in November, December, January, you see a better basketball team. And so that's the commitment from the players and the focus from them. If you have great focus, then you have a chance to win. So that's my speech to them, is to play together, play relaxed, and just stay focused.
What happened in that stretch that caused you so emotional?
Well, I thought we was undisciplined defensively. We fouled a couple of times, we left our feet. We slapped at the basketball. These officials in this league are really good. They are really good. A lot of these guys call other conferences, but they are really good. And as I told our radio guy today, you're upset about some calls, but when you go back and watch it on film, 9 times out of 10, it was the right call. And so we don't want to help them to make good calls by being distant, reaching, leading the floor, trying to block shots. We want to drive the basketball into Eric, and Eric go block a shot. We want to contain the basketball. We want to keep the basketball to one side. When you're a good offensive team, you get the ball from side to side. It's hard to defend. So defense, we want to keep the ball to one side. I thought we didn't turn the ball to side too much. And when they drove to the basket, we bailed them out by reaching and fouling the hole.
Considering all that you guys have been through last year, how significant is it to be one step away from the big dance?
It's amazing the commitment that the team last year made. They couldn't go anywhere. And this team this year, we played really well in non-conference. And then we got the conference play. We had that little struggle. And they've really, really just been great over the last couple of weeks. I think we won with 8 games in a row. I'm not sure. I think at one point we were 6-6 in the conference. And so we finished 12-6 and finished second place outright. So it speaks volume to them, to buying in. Because every coach coach that team and teach that team. And they say all the right things. They try to push all the right buttons. But with this team, I think with my experience as a coach, we go out and have now 15 minutes. No matter how good or bad the practice is, I make sure I get in the practice with a shooting game where we have 2 of our seniors choose teams and we have some fun. So they never leave the court and go to the locker room and think about whether the practice is good or bad. Their minds are fresh. And at this time of the season, it's so important that you keep your mind fresh. And we have good talent. I mean, we have really good talent on this basketball team. But this is a good league, and you only play your conference. And this conference, these teams are competing. You just watch the next game. They're going to compete to the very end.
Coach, it seems like your biggest adversary in the tournament is not so much the opponent, but yourself. 18 turnovers today, and in that stretch when you were saying when you lost your cool, it was somewhat apparent that we or the TSU had started to carries and miscellaneous turnovers. How do you correct that going into the championship game against what we know is going to be a very competitive contest?
Well, a lot of that is just you're one game away, and as a player, your mind, and you tighten up a little bit. Even when you say you shouldn't, but most guys get anxious, get excited, and either they overdo it or they underdo it. And I'd rather overdo it than underdo it, because if you underdo it, it means that you're playing casual. You're giving up easy plays. We turned the basketball over, but we also gave great effort on defense. And so I try to snap us out of it, because the first time I saw it, a little, not jittery, but excited about getting the game over and finishing quick. And so as a coach, that's my job, is to make sure that I can get them out of that mindset, get them back to where we need to be. You know, the team that can play relaxed, the team that can focus and play in that rhythm and flow, 9 times out of 10, they're going to win the basketball.
The frustration of looking at how we played in November, it still seems like the team is having a problem. Only 6 shots for the big fella tonight. I know Coach Jackson's a hell of a coach, but there's no way in the offensive flow Eric should only get 6 shots. Of course, he was 50% of those, and he was virtually spotless at the free throw line. But what is it that you do talking to the guards that you've got a guy that can't be guarded down low? He needs more than 6 touches.
Well, he shot 12 free throws. And when you shoot 12 free throws, they don't count those as attempts. And Eric has really done a great job of mashing with our other guys. We want him to get the ball, and he's doing a great job of kicking the basketball out. They got 2 or 3 guys on. It's hard to see with the naked eye, but when you go back and you watch the film, is Eric here, a guy behind him, a guy normally beside him, and somebody else coming close. So it's 3 guys. That's why when you see us play, we get so many open shots. I mean, we missed a lot of open shots. Before we was kind of forcing shots, but now we shoot uncontested shots. And the percentage should be good when we shoot uncontested shots. You know, I don't mind Eric getting 6 shots or 5 shots. He bought into, you know, being his team guy. I think our margin of victory of late has been pretty good with him kicking the ball back out. But if he can get to the free throw line 10 times, our goal is to get him to the free throw line 10 times every night. And he's doing a great job of making his free throws. But it's going to be hard for him. He's not going to score the way he scored in non-conference, because this league, you know your conference, and they got 3, even in non-conference, I probably in non-conference, he can tell you they had 4 guys guard. It never guard our trail man. It never guard our 4 guy. And so if you don't guard this guy and that guy, you got 3 or 4 guys on one guy. He's not going to get a lot of attempts. We don't want him to force shots, and he's bought in. You know, here's a guy who has NBA talent. Definitely should be drafted in the NBA, and he's sharing the ball with his teammates for open shot, and you have to take your head out to him. If he shot 5 shots and got to the free throw line 15 times, that's great for us. Because number 1 is putting fouls on their big guy, and in this league, there's not a lot of depth. There's not a lot of guys who can come in and replace this guy's pretty good. We have depth. If Eric go out, we bring Eric Claymore in. If Diddy go out, we can bring Jose in or Ray in. So we have those 8 or 9 guys, and most teams don't. So we want to go to him. We look for him all the time. But when he gets the ball now, he's passionate. And before we stood and looked at it too long, we got to get that movement going so now he can flow. He knows he's not going to average, 24 points a game in this league. We talk about him getting 14 to 18 points in this league. You know, people who watch and know he's very good, but he's causing havoc for the other team by them going up with 2 or 3 guys.
Got time for one more question.
Mike, is it something to be said for the fact that whoever represents this conference will not have technically backed in? If you win, you win. As opposed to all the ineligible teams are out now. Is something to be said for that?
The ineligible team was playing with house money. And everything to lose. And so we were fortunate to play Grambling on the back-to-back night. We played Grambling twice this year, and they took us to the wire, both games. And so I would love for an ineligible team to win tonight. We could celebrate, but that's not the way it should be. But as I said last night, I'm happy that they got an opportunity, because no one that's on the team that's ineligible had anything to do with the problems that they had. And so, the NCAA was so polite and kind to us to give Pine Bluff and Valley and Grambling and those guys an opportunity to come and see what this environment is like. I mean, it is a great environment. We're playing at Toyota Center. A lot of these guys never come to an NBA game. You get a chance not just be in that arena, but to play on that floor. And so I'm thankful for the presidents and I know what people didn't understand it, but, you know, to punish someone that didn't have anything to do with it, but you have to be punished. I mean, if the academics are not in order, then you have to be punished. But to allow those guys to come and play in this event, and it worked out fine. You know, the winner of the next game is eligible, and we're eligible, so it was good.
Thanks,
Question
Coach.
for Eric. Eric, dealing with the expectation, you know, you've taken all the hardware of Defensive Player of the Year, Conference MVP, but as Coach has mentioned, you've been patient and showed your overall skill level at not forcing things. Just talk about your evolution and your maturity and coming in as a senior and helping calm this team down and getting them to this point, a game away from the championship.
I mean, I give credit to my teammates. They was giving me the ball at the beginning of the season. Like, we were losing and stuff, and they still was giving me the ball. But now it's like, we're winning. Like Coach said, we won 8 games in a row, and I'm not, like, shooting as much. So, like, I don't really, like, worry about the expectation anymore. I, like, trust my teammates, and, like, I feel good.
We're out of time, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it.